Good morning. It's the 16th of June.
In 150 metres, slight right towards National Highway A1.
It's 8:37, and the first thing the lady on the GPS said was, head southwest. Assuming that everybody knows or
Slight
can
right
tell,
towards National Highway A1, then slight left onto National Highway A1.
assuming that everybody can actually sit there and decide, yeah, well, it's north, south, east and west. Not everybody's that smart. Anyway, she's telling me where to go. And for the purpose of the exercise, I'm using
Take the next
Google.
left onto National Highway A1.
So we could wind up anywhere. Okay, so then, last night, pulled in. First thing that happened, the train rumbled past. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't realise I was so close to the railway line. Too busy worrying about other things, I suppose. So that's fair enough. And about 4 minutes later, there's another train rumbles past, going in the opposite direction. Now, it's a single line. It's not a dual line. So obviously there's a slip road just a few hundred metres up the track. Trains had overtaken each other and come back. So we had trains rumbling past gently through the night. That was fine, I don't mind that, that was good. The next thing that happened was it started to spit, so I went out and I shoved the generator in underneath the caravan to make sure that it didn't get wet. And then not long after that, the wind started. There's wind wires above us and the wind really howled through them. Then the caravan started to rock, then it started to rain, then there was thunder, and I thought, oh, we're in for a good night tonight. Anyway, not long after that, everything subsided and we wound up waking up to this morning. What a beautiful morning, at this point in time anyway. So we're heading to Angaston, and it's a matter of, okay, we've got 3 routes to go. Well, and I've got a choice of going down, covering the old ground that I covered a couple of years ago, or going on down around the outside. And I just might go on down around the outside while we're about it. It's on this main highway, but that's okay. I haven't been along there for a long time, so we'll do it. A bit nippy this morning. In fact, it's bloody cold out there. But I suddenly realised I had a couple of pieces of pork that was supposed to be eaten supposedly by the 14th, or best by the 14th. The fridge has been keeping everything pretty cold, so yesterday was the 15th, so I thought, righto, cook them both up. We ate one and so throw the other one in the freezer and we can reheat that before we eat it. So all is good. Port Broughton down towards the Florio Peninsula, down towards the not Florio, the York Peninsula, which is what we covered pretty full in a couple of years ago. So okay, right our way. Okay, this is the turn off Red Hill, or towards Red Hill, and I can go that way, or I can keep going down this way, down through Snowtown, down that way, and that's the way that I have chosen to do. So we will keep going. Reduce speed Y. Snowtown, Lockyer, Port Wakefield and Adelaide. Well, we don't quite get to Adelaide. It will be interesting to see what they're doing up here, if anything. Doesn't look like it. I might just let this car behind me go past. Sealing a new section of road by the looks of things. Geez, they use some weird looking machinery. They're wind farms. There's wind farms all the way along here. Spring up. Sitting up out there on top of the hill over on the right hand side. There was, I think it's the second, is it the third that I've been past this morning? We haven't been on the road, you've been on the road half an hour, if that. A bit of disruption there. I wonder how many other we're going to come across. It was a tank or something. That was a big tank. Silo. Approaching Snowtown. We've got the Perry's outlet there on the right. Snowtown to the left. And I've got a feeling we keep going straight on past it. Snowtown to the left. We just might go in and have a look around, I think. Oh, she says.
In 100 metres, turn left onto Shadwell Gap Road. Take the next left onto Shadwell Gap Road, then turn left to stay on Shadwell Gap Road.
We've upset her. What a surprise! What a surprise! We've upset her.
In 200 metres, turn left onto Railway Terrace East.
Send it to the left, okay. This place was notorious a few years ago, a number of years ago, with a body discovered in a
In 150 metres, sharp right onto Railway Terrace East.
We might put that, oh, the garage is dead. We've got to sell some silo art here. We'll take a run up the main street and then we'll come back. I think that'll be the way to do it. Seems like a cute little town to have that degree of infamy behind it. Prior to the arrival of Europeans, the area around Snowtown had been occupied by members of the Kano Aboriginal language group. The first pioneers arrived between 1867 and 1869. The original Snowtown Hotel was built around 1868, but it wasn't until 1869 that the government took much interest in the area. At that time, they planned to establish towns throughout the district and to divide the land into smaller holdings. Snowtown was formally proclaimed by Governor William Jarvis in 1878. A railway station was established on the Brinkworth-Wallaroo line in 1879. In 1889, the Snowtown Institute was built and the town's Memorial Hall was completed in 1919. The town achieved infamy in 1999 when it became the site where the bodies of the largest serial killing in Australia were found. 8 bodies were found in the town's disused bank building. After more bodies had been found in suburban Adelaide, the total came to 11. Roof tells you what used to be in there once upon a time. Oh, there's an A-bank there. Snowtown Solutions, second-hand and salvage. House of Cricket, oh yeah. I wonder what that's about. Everything looks closed. It's 9:30. It is a Wednesday, but let's see, someone likes pot plants. Goodness. Cricket, South Australian Cricket Association. That's offices for the local cricket club or association. Snowtown Soldiers Memorial. Might look down this one as well, will we? No, we won't. There's nothing there. Just go past. Oh, you're going in there behind me anyway. So there's the Snowtown Tower again. People on the top of it as well. And again, on Snowtown Motors. It's no more. Sad.
Straight onto Park Terrace, then turn right onto Adelaide Road.
She's giving me the names of all these streets and you wouldn't have a bloody clue what they are because you've never been here before. And of course there's no street signs that you can read in a hurry, but then again I remember where I came in, I think.
Take the next right onto Adelaide Road.
Got to give away before you do. Don't knock any trains off the road.
300 metres, turn left onto National Highway A1.
Okay, we're back on the road again. Almost. A rainbow there for you. It's Humbunga, or Humbunga Lake, I think it's called. We have a rest area coming up.
In 200 metres, slide left onto National Highway
I'm
A1.
going to pull over up here. I've just got to shut this down and reset the computer. I've got a few extra lights on. Alright, yeah.
Okay. We might just have a cuppa, I think. So this rest area is called the Lake Bumbunga viewpoint, apparently. And we have a tailwind, which is helpful. Helps things a wee bit. So this is Loch Eel, I think. Daughters, that's gone. It's all gone. Oops. I could cut across the clear, across that way, but we're going to keep going south. Whoops, she's taking me a different way. Taking me out through Balaklava, so we are going the way I went last year.
Road for 12 kilometres.
Right.
Worst freeway ever.
There's some beautiful country through there. The beauty of it is I don't think I'm going to have to keep up with the traffic, which is good. And because the road doesn't have a lot of trucks on it, hopefully it'll feel a lot better as well. Well, it's feeling a lot better, I mean, it'll be a lot smoother. Time to bring out the inner monkey and have a banana. Shouldn't be as many trucks. I said I've seen 3 of them so far. Well, look at that view. another truck. 4 or 5. One after the other. This is a place called Goyder. This ruin, unfortunately, is on the side of it's on a bend. So that was Goyder. These are places you see when you get off the main road. Got a right-hand bend coming up, I believe. Right-hand turn.
In 400 metres, turn right onto Templeton Road.
Told you. Who needs her when you got me? But again, who needs me when you got her? There's another truck. Alternate 1.
Take the next right onto Templeton Road.
Yep, he's coming around here as well.
Continue for 22 kilometres.
This looks like a busier road. Oh, there's something happening on the right hand side up here, but it could be just a farm. There's something coming up called Whitwarta or something or other, but that just might be the name of the district. Lovely little avenue of trees just here. Rather impressive looking stone house there. This is the Whitwarta Bridge. Interesting to find out the history of some of these places. Why they're there. Now, why would there be such a grand looking house in the middle of that? Was he the owner of the property at one point in time? The master. We're approaching fairly fair-sized town. Looking at this, the name hasn't come up yet. I'm pretty certain it's Balaklava. And indeed, it is Balaklava. We had a good look around here when we were here 2 years ago. Probably the corner where I made a goose of myself last time. Coming the other way. Turn right. Now then. Town centre and Auburn to the left. Yeah, I came out of there and I didn't give way to someone somewhere. That's why I came up from that street there. cracking forward.
Continue on B84 for 2 kilometres.
Okay, we're going to turn the lady down while we take a drive around. Senior citizens thing. Plenty of people here. Okay, let's take a run into the town centre. Good idea. Building on the corner here called the Stitch Joint. Road work ahead, of course there is. Cafe here on the corner, which is very nice, but we're not going to stop there today. We're going to keep going. We've got our lunch sorted in the caravan, that one right there. Bit of work happening in the main street. So it was going to be a nuisance. Go around there just for the hell of it. Place is busy today. When I came through last time, I think it might have been a Sunday or something because it wasn't an awful lot happening in town. But today, there's a fair bit happening. It's a Wednesday. Musical instruments on the street posts. We'll come back the other way, it's the council. Another old pub. Doctor surgery. Someone by the name of Vet. Another building, it looks as though it might have been a pub at one point in time, maybe not. Maybe it's just one of those old buildings. And it's a church straight ahead of us. Okay, so we head back out where we came from. A lot of references to music here. I'm just trying to remember what it was all about. Music notes written all over the posts there. Yeah, some beautiful old places here. Well, I'll put it this way, they look beautiful on the outside. What are they like on the inside? Have they been retrofitted? Or are they original? Or are they just falling apart? Anyway, I assume soon I'll be able to turn right. We're heading east to
400 metres, turn right onto Dunn Road.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're heading east at the moment. We'd have to go south, so truckload of hay there.
Take the next right onto Dunn Road.
Okay, that's this one, is it? Yes, it is.
Continue on Dunn Road for 3 kilometres.
Okay, so we're heading down towards Owen.
Take the next left onto Owen Road.
We came out of here. Yeah, we came out of here and turned right last time, that's right.
Continue for 16 kilometres.
And this road was a bit bumpy, as I believe, as I recall. So this is Owen. We went out this way last time. We're coming in this time. And I think from now on we're on new territory for this compared to last trip. I'm pretty certain we are. We go to the right, we go back towards we go back towards Malabar. We'll take a trip down the main street again and remind ourselves. Pub's on the corner, and that's right, I was parked over there.
In 100 metres, turn left onto 3rd Street.
Yeah, I was parked over there and watched a
Take the next left onto 3rd Street, then turn left onto 1st Street.
Valiant Charger go in the corner. Let's get rid of her for a moment. Memory there's a water park down here of some sort, but there was really nowhere to park the car, so everybody's down that way towards Two Wells. There's a bowling club happening down there. Look at these stone buildings. And straight into the sun, which doesn't help. And we have silo art as well. One House Emporium. Well opened. What's the day anyway? The pub, however, is doing business. Meals, coffee, snacks, and did that say gaming? Probably. The turret on the end of this, on this end of those bins, I don't think you can see it in that video shot, but it's a mobile tower built up there. Looked like a turret. Okay, we're on the move. We've changed our course again, just the hell of it. 72 to go, but we've chosen to go a different way again. Now that mural on the silo apparently is done by a Archibald Prize winner. Gives you more information about that later. Tell you what, it's bloody cold out there. I reckon it's about 12 point something, feels like 5 point something. And they're not wrong. Pulled a couple of sausages out of the freezer this morning and I threw them in the fridge. I thought, oh well, They might thaw up by lunchtime. Nope. So, right, now I had the fry pan out. I used it last night. I cleaned it up, but it's still there in the sink. So I thought, right, let's try something here. So threw it on the stove, put the sausages in it, put the lid on it, and not too long later I had a couple of nice warm thawed sausages to eat with my sandwich. Lovely. New trick. Well, new trick for me, put it that way. I mean, it makes sense to anybody who does a lot of cooking. But you don't necessarily have to use a microwave to heat things up, of course. We do because it's there, because it's convenient. Frozen dinners you have to do it that way, but well, no, you don't have to. You can always throw them in the stove, in the oven. So we have chosen to go this way, and this is new territory for me anyway, because when I came into Owen, I came in from a road over to the right of us, which is to the west. And we're currently travelling east, and the road will then switch around and start heading south again. When we went into Auburn before, we came up from Balaklava, and we came to the corner, and I thought, well, let's have a quick look at the map, and Owen was just across here, and Balaklava, where we were heading for, was up the road. There was a connection. I thought, right, let's do it. So we did. This trip, we've done it the other way around. But this piece of road down through here is new to me. So there's another gale warning, or at least a weather warning for the far west coast again, which is Seduna. And have a look at it, and my gee, they're being inundated at the moment, that's for sure. So we started out with a beautiful sunny day here. It's overcast. Yeah, you've got a couple of little spots once here and there, but it is winter. It's what you'd expect, I guess. Oh, I chose this road, but boy, geez, it's rough. She's a rough one, alright. The railway line's no longer used. Coming down to a place called Hamley Bridge. Interesting to see what's there. River Gilbert. Much water in the river. It's a 50 kilometre an hour zone, so dealer. Memorial down here on the right. What was the town hall built? Institute doesn't say. Got the pigeons up there. Bridge garage. Bowling green. Well, brown as it is at the moment. bridge at the other end of it. The Balaklava Bridge. That's the River Light. And there's the old road bridge just down there. Right. Now I wonder if this is an old copper mining town as well. There's a copper belt through here. We're now into the Light Regional Council. These things keep popping up, you don't see until the last minute. There's a bridge over there. A rail bridge, I'd say. Can't stop. Okay, that was a bit of a walk back, but nice old building. Plenty of character about them.
Continue on Owen Road for 5 kilometres.
I'm going to. Believe me, I'm going to. Super Spring.
Onto Horrocks Highway, main North Road, then turn left onto Templars Road.
That's what I thought I was supposed to be doing. That's good. Coming down the hill, nothing coming up the hill.
Take the next left onto Templars Road. Continue for 6 kilometres.
Okay. And 6 kilometres at Freeling. Ooh, looks very industrial just through here. Coming into Freeling at the moment. Home of agriculture, it says.
In 400 metres, turn left onto Hanson Street.
Where's Hanson Street? Also must be around the corner here. Here we go.
Turn left onto Hanson Street. Continue on Hanson Street for 1.5 kilometres.
We might do a run up and down the street, I think. Maybe this might. off for the moment. There's a orange bus. Fields Residential Care. This is a reasonable sized town for recreation centre by the looks of things, on the other side of the road.
Next right onto Hanson Street.
So that's the sporting complex. Small footy ground. Footy for juniors. Freeling Football Club. That's the recreation park. Look at these old houses. Police. Again, they have buildings that are empty. Post office. Butcher. Pharmacy. Brothers. The Gunjillin Hotel. Just some beautiful old stone buildings all through here. Lutheran Hall. This one here. In front of us is Freeling Primary School. Some renos happening in that one.
Next right onto Hanson Street.
With the big orange bus. I wonder what the Gunjillin thing's all about. So they've got the name of the hotel back there.
Continue on Hanson Street for 1 kilometre.
Okay.
Take the next right onto Davieston Road. Continue on Davieston Road for 5 kilometres. kilometers.
You know, all these old houses that are left there, or whatever it is, people drive past them every day. They live here and probably take not a blind bit of notice of them. They probably don't really realise what they've got.
Continue on National Highway 820 for 10 kilometers.
Keep going that way.
Turn right onto Sir Condor Lauka Way, signs for Nuriapa, Angaston. Continue on Sir Condor Lauka Way for 800 meters.
This is the Barossa Scenic Drive. Okay.
Continue on Stonewell Road for 2 kilometers.
Had a couple of instances this morning where I feel as though this thing's got a slipping clutch, which it shouldn't have, because it was a new clutch that went in. New clutch plate, all that sort of stuff.
Continue on Seppelsfield Road.
Tanunda, 2004. We were staying at mate's place in Adelaide. And he was involved with the Tanunda band, town band. And which way is that truck going? Straight on. Okay. So we came out here for a band practice, and I recorded some of it on video and got it somewhere and sent it to him. Interesting evening. He worked for Yamaha at the time. Looking after their brass and wind area. Okay, so we're now in Angaston sort of country.
Right onto Crennis Mines Road.
Angaston 2 kilometres. Okay.
Continue for 3 kilometers. In 300 meters, turn right onto Sturt Street. Turn right onto Sturt Street, then turn left onto Hill Street West. next left onto Hill Street West. In 300 meters, your destination will be on the left.
Uh-oh. Is there enough bloody room there, Liz, my girl? Is there enough room? Oh yeah. Should be able to do something here. If you enjoyed this video, there's over 200 more just like it on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when our next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button. And if you weren't that impressed, please don't hit the dislike button. Instead, tell us why, so that we can do something about it. Thanks for watching.